Today I'm going to chop up Mulligan. He's producing a lot of small leaves in between semi-big ones. I've already repotted him the end of last year. He has well-draining soil and the roots are good. I'm going to chop most of the smaller leaves off, and I know for sure I'm going to cut this stem off. I'll also cut here and remove the Velcro plant tape. So I'm going to cut right here below where the node is. This is such a big cutting. I'm really excited to propagate this one. Now I'm going to take out the moisture meter and start removing the plant tape. I will be trading out the bamboo stick for a wooden garden stake and a moss pole. Everything is moved, and here Mulligan is. Little does he know his life's going to change for the better. He has beautiful thick aerial roots that are going to love his moss pole. Now I'm just checking out the stems to see which one I know I want to cut for sure. Definitely cutting these smaller ones. Here is the wooden garden stake I will use to help support the moss pole. This will help it from potentially falling over since this is a big plant. I was struggling here a little bit because of how the plant was situated and trying to figure out the best place to stake this. However, I finally got the perfect spot, and so this is where I eventually put it. Now the moss poles are sitting nicely by the wooden stake, and I'm going to zip tie them together. I got these from Dollar Tree. These are super long too. You'll be able to see now that the moss pole is sitting much more flush against the wooden stake. This will make it more secure for Mulligan. Now I'm going to use the plant tape to tie him to the moss pole. Now it's time for some pest spray. This is just a good preventative. I spray the top of the soil, and now I'll also clean the leaves with some neem oil. It will help remove the dust and debris and also make the leaves nice and shiny. Give it that clean look. Yeah, that's a lot of dirt. These are all of the stem cuttings I took from Mulligan. Stem cuttings do not have a node, therefore it means you can't propagate it. However, these stems from Monstera Deliciosas, they can actually last in water a while. Before I had one in water and it lasted almost 6 months or so. So I will be just placing these in water and leave them in there until they wilt away. These are the actual node cuttings I took, so I can propagate these, but I'll leave it overnight so it can callus. The cuttings have hardened and they are ready to go in water. One cutting will go in my 20-gallon tank, the other one will go in my 5.5 tank, and then the rest will go in a glass vase. I didn't really like it here, so I will attach it to a suction cup so it can sit better to my liking. I will attach the suction cup on the right side here by another one that has a pink syngonium cutting on it. And my water puppies say hey. I'm satisfied with this location, and my water puppies are giving it a good quality assurance check. On the left side is actually another Monstera cutting I put in here at the beginning of the year. Honestly, in my experience, they root really fast in the tank water. I'm sure because of the natural fertilizer from the fish waste. Time for the second cutting to go in my 5.5 gallon. Now the last one, which will be going in a glass vase, and this is just my little plant supply area where I keep all of my stuff readily available. So I am going to keep tabs on which cuttings root faster, just for a fun experiment. The ones in this regular glass vase, or the ones in the tank. So that will be interesting. I'm pretty sure the tank will, but it's still fun. And hey, I have more Monstera cuttings. Pretty.